Bonjour, everybody. This is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks on YouTube. This is episode 19, actually. So, I want to get on here. I want to talk about UFC 278. I want to talk about the comedy show at the Laugh Factory with Zhao Ying Summers as the headliner. Um, kind of briefly go over what's going on with the Sango Padres and their struggles. And let's get into it, guys. So, UFC 278, it was in Salt Lake City, and the main event, the big shocker, you had the 170-pound championship. The champion, Kamaru Usman, defending his championship against the challenger, Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman looking invincible, winning fights left and right since being in the UFC. He actually beat Leon Edwards at one point in 2015. And Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman have both been winning their fights since that night in 2015. So, Leon Edwards, he had some fight cancellations. He had a whole string of bad luck. And it's amazing how the path that he came to be on to get to the title shot against the 170-pound champion Kamaru Usman. I knew it was going to be a good fight, but how it translated into the night of, well, it wasn't exactly fireworks. It were some good moments, but there was a lot of wrestling involved, and it was a good way for Kamaru Usman to kind of neutralize Leon Edwards for most of the fight. Actually, I actually had Kamaru Usman winning 3-1 going into the fifth round, and in the fifth round, it looked like it was going to be 4-1 Kamaru Usman. Now going into the very last minute of the fight, of this 5-round fight. Minute number, well, no, actually, you're looking at the 25th minute of the fight. And guess what happens? Guess what happens? A head kick by Leon Edwards to knock out the champion with 56 seconds, 54 seconds left in the fight. And you have your new welterweight, 170-pound champion, Leon Edwards. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming. It was just a big shock to the world, and it's amazing how that came about. And with Leon Edwards being your new champ, there's a whole slew of challengers coming for him to get that title. You got, well, obviously you still have Kamaru Usman. He might get a rematch immediately. You're also looking at Chimaev. You're looking at Bilal Muhammad. Hey, you might even get guys like Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz. You got a whole crop of guys coming. Even Kobe Covington. So, can't wait to see what happens in the 170-pound division. A lot of great matchups coming up. And then just to see how it's going to go with the how the champion's going to fare against this slate of contenders left and right. So we'll see what happens here. And then well, what else I remember from UFC 278, well, we got Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. That was an interesting fight. Um, Paulo Costa did win 3-0, unanimous across the board. Ooh. And it's a hot day, guys. What else? Paulo Costa pretty much beating up on Luke Rockhold. Well, actually, before I say anything else, both guys got really bloodied up, actually. And, well, a sight I thought I never would see, but, well, Luke Rockhold wiped all of his blood on his face all over Paulo Costa in the final round. And not only did it kind of gross out some people, but it made people, cheer it on and stuff because how funny it was. So, even though Paulo Costa swept all the rounds, but Luke Rockhold, he announced his retirement from MMA fighting. So, um, yeah, I mean, Luke had a great career. He was the middleweight champion. So, um, but he had he was never really the same since winning the title, because then the first defense he had, he lost to Michael Bisping, and then he lost to guys like Jan Blachowicz. He losing. Oh, excuse me. I mean, honestly, I can't even name all of them. I mean, just I don't remember him winning in a fight ever since then. And then he lost this one to Paulo Costa. So, um, yeah. So, uh, the fight before that I can remember, you got Tyson Pedro going against Harry Hunsucker. Um, Tyson Pedro, a lot of hype around him, and what do you know? He ends the fight on a stomach kick, which crumbled Henry Hunsucker in the first round relatively fast. And it was not a groin kick, it was a stomach kick. So devastating that, yeah, like I said, it crumbled and Harry Hunsucker. So, um, and then the fight before that, um, you had Romanov and Tibura. That is the kind of fight you'll see at heavyweight if they both burn out of cardio, but a lot of punching, a lot of striking. I don't think that I anticipated any real takedowns or anything. So, um, I would say that well, I was kind of disappointed. I was actually hoping Alexander Romanov would win this fight easily at heavyweight with Tibura, but Tibura really made this really hard on Romanov. So, um, uh, I kind of wonder what kind of path both guys are going to take. I actually thought Romanov was going to be on his way to try to get into the top 10, but after this decision loss, he might be on the outside of the top 10 for maybe a year or two, probably. So, um, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, there was Jose Aldo and Marab Diavelishvili. Decent fight. Nothing too exciting. Marab pretty much had won either 3-0 or 2-1, but he won on all three judges' cards. And Jose Aldo, honestly, I kind of want to see him retire, but he is technically still in the top 5, I guess. So we'll see what's up with him. But Marab, I think he may be a problem at 135. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, I did get to watch a little bit of the Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk fight for the 3 of the 4 heavyweight championships in boxing, but Usyk won again. So the first time they fought each other was not a fluke. Usyk was just elusive and just collecting points left and right. So Usyk now, um, now with um, ooh, yawn there. Well, Usyk, I think the only fight that makes sense for him to have is either against Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury has the other championship on his hands. So to unify the championships, I guess money would have to talk. But it would appear that Tyson Fury may not be interested in fighting Usyk and unify the titles. So, I mean, we'll see what happens in the next few months or so, and hopefully, the guy Usyk and Fury might, you know, work something out, and we might actually see a unification bout for all the heavyweight championships. So I'm kind of anticipating, excited about it. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. Singapore Padres. Well, Singapore Padres lost to the Cleveland Guardians 3-1 on Tuesday, 7-0 on Wednesday. Um, Padres still have their offensive struggles, and it's looking like the main problem right now, trying to be consistent on offense. Pitching wise, they can only hold for so long, but it's okay. And then the close in is still a little bit rocky, but they can only have what they have. So hopefully they have guys who can step in, help out with the bullpen, relief pitching. So um, I can't wait to see how the Padres will do in the next 36 games, since there's 36 games left in the season. They're still holding on to the last playoff spot in front of the Milwaukee Brewers, who are not playing that much better than the Padres. So it's almost as if, does anybody want the 6th seed? But I would think the Padres should get the 6th seed, because obviously they need to avoid the Dodgers for 2 rounds. So um, we'll see what happens with that. Padres are playing the Royals Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that should be a good start for the Padres to possibly get some string of wins together. So um, hope for the best with Padres. Let's see. Oh, and I went to a comedy show, brought my friend Dupree with me, and it was at the Laugh Factory. Good location. You had the headliner with Jiaying Summers, super funny. Um, I actually gave Jiaying Summers a rating of a 8.5 out of 10 for her stand-up comedy. A lot of good spots, a lot of funny jokes. Some were a little extreme, but I would not expect her to be anything different. So, and she did say that you can't cancel her because you can't pronounce her name. So I guess that's true, right? You can't, if you don't know her name, you can't cancel her. Um, Now there were 2 male comics and 1 female comic who may have opened for her, including one host. I think he was an international guy slash model slash comedian slash producer, I guess. So um, Mario was the host, and I actually gave Mario, I believe, a 7 out of 10 for his comedy stand-up in between the comics. But you had a female comic who was opening for Jogging Summers. I think she was a 6 out of 10. And then you got a a large male as a comic who was about a 6 out of 10. It was hard to follow him too. And then there was one other male comic who opened for Giant Summers, but I kind of gave him a 6 out of 10 as well. So I guess if the three comics didn't really take away any spotlight from Giant Summers, then well, Jiang Summers looked pretty good out of the five of them. So I guess that was by design, right? You have a few bad comics to warm up the crowd, and then you got the main attraction to close out the night, and that's what everyone was there for. But they got their money's worth. That's what they paid to get. That's what they paid their money for, and got their money's worth. So tonight I'm actually going to the mic drop. I'm going to see Remy Escobar as part of the Adorables dark comedy lineup being performed at the mic drop. So it should be a good night at the mic drop. So, alright guys, this is Tiggy Maximus. I'm signing off, and have fun guys. I'll talk to you later. Episode 20 coming up soon. Right, there guys. Bye.